What's going on? I'm clean shaven today. For the first, I've been shaved in a few days. I think the last two videos I've had facial hair. I hate facial hair. I can never rock it, and I don't like it. And it's been a crazy 48 hours. Given what I shared in my last video, talking about giving your best to people and how to stay real, I titled the video. But in this one, like I said, recently, in the last 48 hours, out of the blue, my ex-girlfriend stopped, blocked me on everything. And the last thing I ever told her was that I was proud of her and I'm right behind her and she's doing a good job. But I didn't come on here to talk about that, but because obviously when something bad, no matter what it is in your life that happens to you, whether it's a setback or anything, or something that abrupt happens that's like bad news or whatever, it allows you to reflect and think about certain things and things you didn't understand. Like you sit with yourself, you sit with your feelings, you reflect, your time alone with God, and like you tend to think about a lot of stuff and you realize things you didn't understand. So I think I'm in a shopping center, but the thing is that, well, I'm in a mall more like it, but just to get something for work related done, to get something digitally, because the store is nearby here. But the thing that I want to just come on here and say is, it's don't feel like you have to have it all figured out, because I've been kind of kicking myself the last 48 hours, because only after 48 hours that she disappeared, it's kind of like I'm thinking to myself, like, why didn't I because now the stuff that I've learned, I'm like, why didn't I learn this? Why did it take her to leave for me to understand and realize things I didn't understand? And it's sort of like, in terms of I was wrong about a lot of stuff. I was even thinking about sharing some of it in the video, but I think I'll save it for Valentine's Day of next year, because then I break it up into parts. But I think one of the things I want to say is it's like the circle back, right? And it ties to one of the things that Pastor told me just last night, he's from San Jose. It's this, right? Hopefully I can talk over the music, right? Yeah, by the way, at 4 o'clock in the morning, I had to go to the ER because yesterday I was cutting. I took an ice cream cake. I had a coupon, got an ice cream cake before it expired. I cut it up into pieces to give, some of my colleagues that I work with. And then in the end, I ended up cutting myself badly at like 9 at night. I bandaged up, but at like 4 in the morning, I woke up because my finger was burning up and it was in pain. So when I took the bandage off, the blood just spewed everywhere in the bathroom, and I'm like, oh shit, it was dripping in the sink and everything. So I went to the ER at like 4 in the morning. They gave me lacerations, and I thought I needed stitches. They said if the cut was a little different or a little bit on another part, it would have been different on my arm or whatever, but it wasn't the case. But the thing I want to share is the circle back, meaning everyone's on their own journey to realizing things they need to realize in their own time, right? So for me, I didn't understand, for me in the last few months, it's been crazy as a journalist. Life has been really crazy, and I'm trying to, like I said, I think I shared it in 2 videos ago that I was on the brink. I thought I was on the brink of going to, a soccer team in the USL division, and I'm applying to jobs in the Midwest, and, things are a little bit difficult. And so I am, I'm doing well here, but I want to go to the Midwest, and I'm thinking more long-term, but places I've thought I've wanted to go haven't happened. So for me, I'm just grinding nose to the floor, just working on my skill every single day and trying my hardest to better my craft. And for me, that's what I did when I was in Los Angeles. The entire time I was working, and I enjoyed the journey, obviously, like I always share, I enjoyed the journey, but like I wasn't in any relationship with anyone or talking to anyone much in that way. I was just nose to the floor, just working. So, obviously in the last few months, things, something happened professionally which allows me to be like, I got to better my skill and I got to get the heck out of here, this place. So I'm working really hard and nose to the floor. So the thing is that I didn't, what I realized is like I wasn't giving her my best undivided attention. We would talk on certain days, like if she would call, I'd say I'd call you at 10 o'clock, but then something would come up, or I'd be like, I don't want to talk, I got to go and do this, I got to go write, I got to go study my craft, I got to go do this. So I was like like a hamster running on a wheel. So that's obviously rude. As I look at it, it's really rude. Obviously I know it's rude, but it's like, as I look back now, like I was focused so much on my work, I wasn't giving her my undivided attention. So, and then obviously she was clearly, I think, fed up and, had enough. But it's like, I realized I was wrong, because this is what I wanted to share. It's like, no matter where you are in life, like even when you make it to the top in your craft, you're gonna have to still find time to juggle the important things in your life. You're still gonna be, meaning when I make it to the top in what I do, I'm gonna be even more busy. So what is important to you? I think I talked about this in 2 videos ago. Know your core values. So another one of your core values is people that you'd like to keep in your life, that you want to keep active. You're not gonna, I'm not a night owl anymore. I prioritize sleep. Life is different for me. So at this stage in my life, I can talk to someone. Even though things in my life are a little crazy and uncertain a little, I'm still working really hard. And it's like, it's at a point where it's like, I'm at a point now where I can talk to someone's yawning. I can talk to somebody, not in a relationship, but just talk to somebody, so I'm at that point where I can. So what I should have really done is give her my undivided attention, give her my respect. But at the same time, realizing even when I make it to the top, I still have to, if I decide to get married, if that happens for me, because I don't chase people, I don't chase girls, I don't chase women, it's like I still have to find time to prioritize my relationship with my wife. And just like, this is what I want to say, like the circle back is, don't feel you have to all figure it out, because you could watch this video and be like, I get it, but then, but in terms of realizing something for yourself, like you will get it in your own time, but don't feel you have to figure it out. It's like Kobe Bryant said that one of the ways he became one of the best NBA players is that at an early age, he knew when he started practicing his skill, he knew when he was playing with kids his own age that were a little bit better than him, he knew he couldn't get to their level, but he said it was going to take time, and he knew that. So just kind of like he learned that in his own way, and then when he got to the professional life, he understood. And it's like, so don't feel you have to all figure it out and kick yourself about it. Like for me, I'm just going to keep going forward, but it's like, but if my ex ever wanted to come back and be a team, I'm so open to it now because I understand. And at this point in my life, I'm thinking more long-term than I have, not just on a professional level, but on a personal level. And obviously one of the things I realized is like, what I want in a life partner, and she's everything I want. But again, the last thing I told her was that I'm proud of her and I'm happy for her and I'm here for her. So whatever happens, and if she's ever open to a reunion, I'm always here and I'm open to it right now, regardless of how crazy my life is, because I get it now. I've reflected, but all I can do is just keep being who I am and hopefully not cut myself when I'm chopping an ice cream cake. It was terrible, guys. Like, there was blood everywhere. But anyway, I just wanted to come on here and share that. And the circle back is you realize you come back to where it all began, and you realize things you didn't realize. So you made that circle back. So now if me and my ex were able to sit down and have a conversation, we'd have a nice conversation now. 2 days after she disappeared, because I feel like now we could talk on the same level, and I understand what she was coming from, and I feel it now because I've reflected and I've looked at a lot of the messages where saying you're being rude. So now I get it, and so don't feel you have to figure it out. It's all a part of the journey. And whatever, no matter how hard you make it in your profession, you're still gonna have to prioritize your marriage, your relationships, no matter whether they're romantic or not. And it doesn't matter when you make it to the top, don't be like how I used to think, where I'm like, oh, when I make it to the top, I don't have to, I'll be okay, like I'll have time for our relationship then. Because I told her, if I get a job with this USL soccer team in the USL that I interviewed with, I said in a video previously that I told her that it'll be better, we can talk more often when I get there. But I realized I was wrong. So when I get there, if it's meant to be, I'm gonna be even more busy. So I gotta find time to really prioritize my relationship with her then, So I don't feel you have to have it all figured out. It's all a part of the journey and the circle back that you make, the journey of your own journey of realizing it. And no matter how busy you get, you got to still find ways to prioritize the relationships that are important to you. And that's it for this video. Hopefully someone gets something positive out of it, hopefully, my finger doesn't sting the rest of the few days. But take care.